Right. How about you? I sprained my foot. It's killing me. I know. I never get to wear clothes. Like, I get to wear sweats all day. Yeah. I look like I'm wearing PJs all day. So I thought, I'll get out with the clothes. As well, right? So, I mean, you can get clothes as well. I'm not one of those crazy. So what are you doing now? I feel like it, but no. I feel like it. Especially since I've hurt my foot. It's very really hard on me. This is what grandparents do. And it's about time to finally like something first. First of all, this is my dust. She always does what she's told. It's like chocolate fuzzy. And she's smiling. She's got her. That's going to be my party training. This is my new grandson. In utero. Oliver? Why? Always have breakfast. It was really pretty serious. I've been
members, and teachers, please stand at this time to honor the National Honor Society inductees of the classes 2021 and 2022 and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Good evening, parents, students, and community members. Welcome to the 2021 Lebanon High School National Honor Society Induction and Recognition Ceremony. At this time, as we do every day, we will pay honor to our country. Please join me as I lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
On behalf of the Lebanon chapter of the National Honor Society, I welcome you. The National Honor Society was created in 1921 by the National Association of Secondary School Principals. The purpose was to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote worthy leadership, and to encourage the development of character in the nation's secondary school students. Keeping that purpose in mind, the Lebanon High School faculty has selected students they feel exemplify the qualities of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. It is believed that these students have set lofty goals, and through rigorous effort, they have achieved these goals and set new ones. As we begin our program this evening, there's a special recognition we would like to make. I would like to introduce longtime Lebanon educator, Dr. Katie O'Quinn, and invite her to come to the podium now. We asked Dr. O'Quinn to come and speak tonight, but more importantly, we wanted her to be here so we could honor her. Katie O'Quinn began her teaching career 16 years ago as a paraprofessional, then moved on to teaching 6th grade science, English, and social studies. From there, she became an instructional coach. Since 2018, Dr. O'Quinn has served as the Director of Alternative Programs and as the Administrator at Hillcrest Education Center, our alternative high school. Aside from school, Katie is married to her husband, Clayton, and they have one daughter, Emma, who is a 12-and-a-half-year-old middle schooler. When she was asked, however, what the true focus of her life was, Dr. O'Quinn answered, "The most important thing for me is my relationship with Jesus. This includes living like Jesus and loving like Jesus. It is my goal and intention to walk out my faith each day in my family and in my career. Ultimately, I want others to see the light of Jesus in my words and in my actions." This year, we are continuing through the tradition of selecting a member of our community who exhibits the same values sought out by the National Honor Society: scholarship, character, leadership, and service. And it is easy to understand this year's choice. Please join me in recognizing Dr. Katie O'Quinn as a 2021 selection for our Community Honor Society.
I'll be honest, I wasn't really sure what was going to be expected of me tonight. The last time that I spoke at an LHS induction ceremony was in 2003 when I was a senior and I was inducting the upcoming class. So it's been a minute. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I appreciate having a little bit of time with you tonight, but I am going to make it brief. There's a lot we can talk about tonight. There are a lot of things that many of us have faced this year that have been a bit of a challenge, but we're not going to spend too much time on that. However, I do want to say that many of you arrived at this ceremony tonight pretty much the same way you would have any other time pre-COVID. School has been relatively easy for you. You're actively involved. Your events and your extracurricular activities have always come very natural to you. There are a few here tonight that have had to work just a little bit harder this year with the challenges, had to focus a little bit more, change a few things, navigate a bit more of a challenging disruption. And then there are some of us here tonight that have had to work much differently than we have in the past. We've had to completely rethink how we function, how we communicate, how we spend our time, how we study. But my point is this, is that everyone here is different. Everyone learns differently, everyone responds differently to pressure and to expectations. We all know a little bit about that sitting here tonight. And everyone arrives at their goals and their destinations in different ways. All of us are on a different journey, and tonight just happens to be an exciting stop along the way. No one can take away from you or discount the work and the effort that it has taken to be here. This past year has shed light on our strengths as well as our challenges. We've learned what works and we've learned what doesn't work. We've learned things about ourselves that we didn't know before. Some of us are a little more prepared to take on new challenges, and some of us might be just a little bit more hesitant than we had been before. Your support systems, those that are in this room and outside of this room, have watched you struggle, but they've also watched you thrive. They've continued to rally behind you and cheer you on, even in the hardest of times. And now, here we are. But tonight isn't just about them. It's definitely not about COVID, the worldwide pandemic we've been living in. And it's not about the slight alterations that have had to be made to this particular night in order for us to be here tonight. Tonight is about you. It's about your journey. And remember that your journey is comprised of where you have come from and also where you are headed. Your journey is guided by your goals, your aspirations, and your dreams. Your journey is impacted by detours, roadblocks, and new paths. And your journey is dictated by you. Sure, others' expectations for you and their wisdom have certainly played a part in where you are in your journey. But staying true to your goals is how you reach your destination. Some of you here tonight are about to embark on the next big stage of life, that life after high school. And others of you are stepping up into the ever-famous role of being a senior in a couple months. But regardless of what comes next for you, finding ways to cope with the days when you feel like the task is too much, or the ask is too much, or the change is too scary, that will help you on your journey. Discovering ways to be brave in the face of adversity will empower you on your journey. Learning to be a voice of advocacy for yourself and for others will enrich your journey. Tonight, you've identified people in your lives who have had a positive influence on you. Take the lessons that they've taught you and carry them with you. Remember those people and let their wisdom guide you. And whatever you do, do not be afraid to take that next step. Innovation and thinking outside the box has led to impressive things from students just like you. Author Joshua Medcalf of Chop Wood and Carry Water and Pound the Stone says this: well, one thing I've learned on my journey is that you are never truly ready. The only way you get prepared and ready is by actually experiencing the thing that you're afraid of doing, but that you know in your gut you are supposed to do. The timing will never be right. There is no such thing as perfect timing. So instead of saying what if, try saying even if. He goes on to say, something corrodes and dies inside of you when you refuse to pursue what sets your soul on fire in order to play it safe. You weren't created to play it safe. The greatest risk of all is playing it safe, and I refuse to believe the purpose of life is to arrive safely at death. The unlikely hero of your story is you, and if you play it safe, you may not know how that story turns out. The fear will always be there. Do it anyway. The lack of resources can be real. Do it anyway. The lack of experience might set you back. Do it anyway. You are the unlikely hero. Do it anyway. You see, what Metcalf is getting at is that we have the choice to take the safe path or the path which may be more difficult and intimidating. You're here tonight, right? But well worth it. The problem often, almost always, will lie in the fact that we get in our own way. Remember that our journeys are comprised of where we have been and where we are headed. So take the lessons and the wisdom and put the rest of the reasons why you can't do something away. Make a plan and do it anyway. Congratulations on your accomplishments and being here tonight. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dr. O'Quinn. We would now like to introduce the theme for this year's induction, which is based on the children's book, Maybe by Kobe Yamada. We would like to read a portion of this story to explain our thoughts and feelings for the people who have taught us throughout the years.
Maybe, a story about the endless potential in all of us.
By Kobe Yamada.
Have you ever wondered why you are here?
You are the only you there's ever been or will be.
You have so much to offer.
Maybe you will invent something no one has ever seen before.
Maybe you will build things that will reach high into the sky.
Your life is yours. Try as many things as you can try.
See as much as you can see.
Wherever you go, take your hopes, pack your dreams, and never forget.
It is on journeys that discoveries are made.
Maybe you will help others to see the beauty each day.
Or maybe you will lift cheering crowds onto their feet.
Do everything with love. Follow your heart and see where it leads you.
Maybe you are here to shine a light into places that have been dark for too long.
Maybe you will speak up for those who can't speak for themselves.
Maybe you are here to help in ways that only you can.
There will be struggles,
There will be fears.
and it won't always be easy.
At times, it will feel really hard.
You might make a mess of things.
You may fall down,
You may fail,
but you will also get back up and you will rise a little stronger.
and a little taller.
Because there really is more inside of you than you know.
And this world needs your gifts,
Your talents.
your big ideas.
And maybe you're just getting started.
What if you were only scratching the surface of what you can do and who you can be?
What if you have talents you haven't discovered yet?
There is something powerful, even magical, about you.
You already have everything it takes to do big things.
Maybe you have no idea just how good you really can be.
And maybe you don't know how much you matter.
But maybe, just maybe, this world has been waiting centuries for someone exactly like you.
One thing is for sure, you are here.
And because you are here,
Anything
is possible.
As the National Honor Society of 2021, we have teachers, family, and friends in the stories of our lives who have instilled within us the very same sentiment from the book Maybe. They will always see the best for us and help us see the potential in our lives. Their impact will not stop with us, but will move with us as we go out into the world to achieve more. As we give the seniors and their special guests a moment to make their way to the stage, I will explain the next part of the ceremony. First, each senior member has invited a special guest to be here tonight to decorate each of us with our NHS Honor Soul. These guests are people who have had a substantial and ongoing impact on us. Most importantly, they are people whom we will always realize the potential in our lives. Next, we are going to take a moment to honor the important teachers in our lives with the gift of our thanks. Senior members of NHS will be introduced along with the names of the teachers who inspired them. That teacher will rise and meet the student halfway to accept a token of our appreciation, serving as a symbol of our gratefulness for everything they have given us. Inductees, on behalf of the Lebanon chapter of the National Honor Society, I have the honor of welcoming you to membership. When your name is called, please advance to the table and sign the official register. Emma Allen. Emma's teacher is Mr. Snyder. Emma has invited her parents Larry and Deanna Allen to be here tonight. Grayson Anthony. Grayson's teacher is Mr. Seeger. He has invited his mom, Lisa Anthony, to be here tonight. Grace Baker. Grace's teacher is Nursey Trace Millsap. Grace has invited her grandma, Sheila Ayers, to be here tonight. Austin Barber. Austin's teacher is Mr. Sly. Austin has invited his mom, Ginger Johnson, to be here tonight. Maggie Bolin. Maggie's teacher is Miss Thomas. Maggie has invited her brother, Lawrence Bolin, to be here tonight. Michaela Brainerd. Michaela's teacher is Miss Crystal. Michaela has invited her mom, Kim Brainerd, to be here tonight. Kara Campbell. Kara's teacher is Miss Felton. Kara has invited her grandmother, Carol Campbell, to be here tonight. Olivia Pruitt. Olivia's teacher is Miss King. Olivia has invited her mom, Carolyn Pruitt, to be here tonight. Destiny Coffeelock. Destiny's teacher is Miss Felton. Destiny has invited her brother, Jason Helm, to be here tonight. Colin Combs. Colin's teacher is Mr. Sly. Colin has invited his parents, Carl and Julie Combs, to be here tonight. Presley Cottingham. Presley's teacher is Miss Archer. Presley has invited his brother, Race, to be here tonight. Amanda DeWitt. Amanda's teacher is Miss Littall. Amanda has invited her former teacher, Rod Howe, to be here tonight. Haley Elder. Haley's teacher is Miss Littall. Haley has invited her friend, Carly Knopf, to be here tonight. Hannah Easter. Hannah's teacher is Miss Offit. Hannah has invited her former teacher, Rita Ryan, to be here tonight. Cameron Fisher. Cameron's teacher is Mr. Sly. Cameron has invited his mom, Janie Fisher, to be here tonight. Cole Harrell. Cole's teacher is Mr. Krebs. Cole has invited his parents, Jana and Carrie Harrell, to be here tonight.
Tyler Hopkins. Tyler's teacher is Mrs. Moakley. Tyler has invited his parents, David and Valerie, to be here tonight. Jade Humphreys. Jade's teacher is Mrs. Moakley. Jade has invited her grandma, Sandra Humphreys, to be here tonight. Isabel J. Isabel's teacher is Miss Felton. Isabel has invited her parents, Aaron and Craig J, to be here tonight. Will Julius. Will's teacher is Mrs. Helen. Will has invited his parents, John and Shelley Julius, to be here tonight. Jace Key. Jace's teacher is Mrs. Darden. Jace has invited his brother, Cam, to be here tonight. Carly Knopf. Carly's teacher is Miss Latch. Carly has invited Ryan Knopf to be here tonight. Hannah Layden. Hannah's teacher is Miss Pershaw. Hannah has invited a mentor, Robin Minster, to be here tonight. Isaac Ledbetter. Isaac's teacher is Mrs. Whitbury. Isaac has invited his dad, Jason Ledbetter, to be here tonight. Lydia Massey. Lydia's teacher is Mrs. Gowans. Lydia has invited her sister, Jerica Massey, to be here tonight. Kyle Mayer. Kyle's teacher is Mrs. Rosen. Kyle has invited his sister, Skylar, to be here tonight. Haley McBride. Haley's teacher is Mr. Pelner. Haley has invited her sister, Sydney, to be here tonight. Taylor Miller. Taylor's teacher is Mr. Henry. Taylor has invited her dad, Rusty Miller, to be here tonight. Makanda Sodi. Makanda's teacher is Mrs. Benny. Makanda has invited her teacher, Miss Ledge, to be here tonight. Emily Perry. Emily's teacher is Mrs. Grace. Emily has invited her mom, Shelley Perry, to be here tonight. Kaya Copley. Kaya's teacher is Mr. Kelly. Kaya has invited her brother, Shane, to be here tonight. Braden Rodden. Braden's teacher is Miss Thomas. Braden has invited his grandma, Kathy Rodden, to be here tonight. Gabriel Schiller. Gabriel's teacher is Mr. Eskew. Gabriel has invited his coach, Ruben Wade, to be here tonight. Addison Segamore. Addison's teacher is Gina Richardson. Addison has invited her sister, Lindsay Darnell, to be here tonight. Joe Silverman. Joe's teacher is Mr. Shaw. Joe has invited his mom, Monte Silverman, to be here tonight. Natalie Myers. Natalie's teacher is Mrs. Christy Jones. Natalie has invited her mom, Angie Myers, to be here tonight. Mary has invited her mom, Leslie Uter, to be here tonight. Jayla Wells. Jayla's teacher is Mrs. Riggs. Jayla has invited her mom, Jennifer Wells, to be here tonight. Destiny Wynant. Destiny's teacher is Mrs. Cole. Destiny has invited her mother, Jamie Galbraith, to be here tonight. Avery York. Avery's teacher is Mrs. Goggins. Avery has invited her mom, Erica York, to be here tonight. Simon Rogers. Simon's teacher is Mr. Lewis. Simon has invited his mom, Elisa Rogers, to be here tonight.
Chance Arthur. Abram Barker. Emma Beal. Kerrigan Bean. Mason Bauman. Rebecca Brown. Hayden Carr. John Robert Ian Carr. Madeline Carr. Miley Chastain. Samuel Cooper. Easton Cromer. Justin Dameron. Andrew Dent. Michelle DeWitt. Allison Drennan. Logan Durbin. Luke Elliott. Sierra Elmore. Felicity Fries. Macy Grisham. Maya Huff. Maddie J. Rory Jenkins. Grace Johnson. Hayden Jones. Cheyenne Kirkery. Carissa Mack. Peyton Mitchell. Katie Mizell. Lane Miser. Darby Neely. Ethan Odell. Tyson Raymer. Keely Riggs. Kaylin Rogers. Keelan Rogers. Bo Rosen. Michaela Scharnhorst. Catherine Schneider. Chloe Shivers. Skyla Singh. Sky Snyder. Kalia Tate. Rebecca Triplett. Drew Trulove. Abby Twinter. Gina Wagner. Emily Westerman. Caleb Whittington. Colin Wilson. Jason Wong. Destiny Zindars. Next, we are going to take a moment to honor the important teachers in our lives with the gift of our thanks. Senior members of LHS will be introduced along with the names of the teacher who inspired them. That teacher will rise and meet the student halfway to accept a token of our appreciation, serving as a symbol of our gratefulness for everything they've given us. The candle lighting service we are about to begin is the oldest and most common introduction ceremony. On the table are lighted candles representing the light of knowledge. The other candles represent scholarship, character, leadership, and service, the four qualities of national society.
Character. Character is what distinguishes one individual from another. It is the product of constantly striving to make the right choices day after day. Students with good character demonstrate respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship in all of their actions.
Scholarship. Scholarship is characterized by a commitment to learning. The student is willing to spend the necessary time to cultivate his or her mind in the quest of knowledge. This pillar can only be achieved through diligence and effort. Scholarship means always doing the best work possible, regardless of impending reward.
Leadership. Leaders take the initiative to aid others in a wholesome manner throughout their daily activities. Leaders sacrifice their personal interests in order to yield to the needs of others. Leaders need wisdom and self-confidence to effect change in all aspects of their lives. Some activities in the classroom and in the community. Some examples of leadership can include, but are not limited to, leading activities in the classroom and in the community, being an officer in a club, being a primary member of the band or choir, or being the captain of a sports team.
The pillar of service can be reached in a variety of ways. The willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without compensation or recognition of any kind is a quality that is essential in LHS members. As a service club, the National Honor Society is highly concerned with giving its all to the community and school life.
New members, please repeat after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. I will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Congratulations, you are now official members of the Lebanon chapter of the National Honor Society, and you each have scholarship, character, leadership, and service to support you. Please carefully extinguish your candles and allow it to be collected, and then you may be seated.
Congratulations once again to each new member. You have received the highest honor bestowed by our teachers. Continue to exemplify the qualities which have served you well. We would like to thank our 2020 Community Honor Society member, Dr. Katie O'Quinn, our Lebanon High School principal, Mr. Lowry, along with Mr. Reeves, Mrs. Lloyd, and Mr. Matthews. And of course, we would like to thank you, our parents, families, teachers, and community. Thank you for once again joining us this evening and for your continued support. Good night.
Families, feel free to take pictures with your LHS member and have a nice evening.
Peter, would you be able to get copies of these?
Of course, if you.
LHS members, you can keep your candle behind.
This is on the Hive on YouTube.
Okay.
And so it's available anytime you'd like. If you